Hello guys, welcome to Online Web Tutor presented by Prophet Sessions team. I am Sanjay. We are learning Node.js with MySQL APIs. This is our part 4. Inside this video session guys, we will see about module in Node.js or how many types we have modules in Node.js. So inside previous video session guys, we had discussed about the global object that is available inside Node.js. So if I back to editor, now in case of Node.js actually we have something called global instead of window as we had seen inside browser global object. Now inside this video we will understand that if we want to expose or explicitly use our global variables inside another module files, so how can we achieve that? So basically for these concept we have module concept inside our Node.js. It means that every single JavaScript file inside Node.js like app.js, simple object.js, these all files are known as modules inside Node.js. So simply we can understand that these files like app.js and simple object.js is a module. So if I back to terminal and let's say that suppose inside this application the main entry of this file is something app.js, means the main file or the main module of entire application is something going to execute via app.js file. So if I go to terminal and let's say that if I simply run the command something, let's say node app.js, so simply app.js is going to something have, let's say that this will be our main module or entry module of our entire application. But other JavaScript files what we have like simple object, these are normal module. So if I back to slides, now we have some theoretical concept to understand about Node.js module. So module in Node.js is a simple or complex functionality organized in a single or multiple JavaScript files which can be reused throughout Node.js application. In our upcoming videos, we will see that let's see that inside this application we have multiple JavaScript files. Inside those files we have some properties, we have some functions. So how can we use those objects and properties inside the main module file, something inside this app.js? So as simple as for now we can understand that modules are the simple, single or multiple JavaScript files that can contain simple or complex functionalities. These are basically JavaScript files which we can reuse throughout the entire Node.js application about its properties as well as defined functions. Each module in Node.js has its own context, so it cannot interfere with another modules or pollute global scope. What basically it means? It means that let's suppose we have a file, something file a.js, and inside file a.js we have some properties and the functions. Let's suppose we have another file, something file b.js. Inside file b.js we have the same properties and same functions. While defining into a single file all the variables with the same name, either it may be properties or the function will override inside each other if we define inside a single file. But remember, if we differentiate into different JavaScript files means module, then they are not going to interfere with their functionalities or pollute global scope. Also, each module can be placed inside a separate JavaScript file. So if we back to our editor, let's understand about what basically we are trying to see. So we are going to tell something third.js. Inside this, let's say that let's say first underscore var. So let's say that first variable value. Now simply if I write console.log, simply let's say first var, save this file, go to terminal and if I type node first.js, now we have some error and something, let's say, cannot find module. So if we back to editor and check the file name, and this is something third.js, so it is not first, it is third.js. Now if I run, and we will get about the expected result. But what will happen if we are going to use this variable again inside this file? Let's say var first var equal to, let's say, second value, and again if you go to terminal, run this file, now as expected that the value will be overwritten by defining the first var for the second time inside this file. But let's say that we are going to keep the old value as well as the latest value. So here the module comes into play. It means that about defining this variable value, we are going to define inside the second variable. So if I cut from here and simply back to terminal, run this file, we are getting the first value, and here let's say that third hyphen module .js, and inside this separate module we have defined this variable, and simply by loading this file inside this file we can use the first var again with the same name. If I back to slides, now Node.js module types. Basically Node.js include three types of modules. First, core modules. These are inbuilt or predefined Node.js modules, something, let's say, HTTP, operating system stands for OS, file system stands for FS, and so on. All these we can find if we back to our browser and simply type nodejs.org, go to documents, and inside this is the current LTS version. So if I click on that, now inside this we can find about the several core modules what we have or Node.js basically provides. This is all about core modules. All about local modules, it means that user defined modules, user custom modules. Inside this application we have created like app.js, simpleobject.js, third module.js, and so on. Basically each JavaScript separated file is a module in Node.js. So this is all about our local or custom module. And third, about third-party modules. In our upcoming videos, when we will learn about MySQL with making APIs, then in those conditions we are going to actually import, or let's say we are going to install some packages like Express, body parser, course, and so on. So inside those conditions, that packages basically used to export modules. So these modules are called third-party modules. These packages we are going to install via npm. It stands for Node Package Manager. So here I have written something course and MySQL and etc. So for now we can understand that more Node.js have three types of modules called core modules, which is defined library of Node.js, local modules like custom defined by user, and third-party modules which basically we use by using npm. So back to editor. Now let's say that this is our variable. In the last video we had discussed that if we want to use this variable into other modules inside this, means inside these applications, so how can we use that? So we can easily achieve by using module variable. So if I comment of this line and simply write module here, now it appears as a global object in Node.js, but it is not a global object. Simply by typing module, it stands for the current properties or the function or the current module behavior, all stored inside this module variable. So back to terminal, let's say that node third.js, and as we can see here we have a module object. Inside this module object we have several properties like id, path, exports, parent, and so on. So if I back to editor, now if we want to expose this my first var means first variable inside other modules, so simply we are going to store, let's say, module dot exports, as we have seen inside exports property we have, and this is an object. So inside this object we are going to store, let's say, first var equal to something, let's say, first var. So if I save this file, back to terminal, again load this file, now inside this export we have now first var value. Now we can simply use this variable inside different modules. So simply by using this module or module.exports, we can simply assign any variable or explicitly exports these variables inside other modules. So here either we can use something, let's say, module.exports, or simply we can use, let's say, export first var equal to, let's say, first var. This is not export, this is exports. So either we can write something like this, or simply the second way we can follow and store a variable and expose to other modules. So simply go to terminal, and if we run this application, simply Node.js, now as we can see here, output remains same. It means the first variable value is now successfully stored inside these exports, and we can simply use and call it to other modules. So back to slides. So here something, export module in Node.js. The module.exports or exports is a special object which is included in every JavaScript file in the Node.js application by default. As we had seen that module or module.exports, basically it's an object which is available inside each module. If I back to app.js and simply, let's say, console.log module here, back to terminal, and let's say node app.js. Now inside this app.js, now we have another module object. Now this is the module object of the current module, something app.js. Now let's suppose that say hi is a function we have defined inside this app.js. Now we want to explicitly use in other modules, so we need to write export module.exports, let's say hi equal to, let's say hi. Now if we save all these changes for this file, back to terminal and run that file, now inside these exports we have now stored a function. So simply after including this file inside third.js, we can use what we have exported from this file. Now we will see that how can we include one module to another module in the next lecture. So back to slide. So by default, no module is a variable that represents current module, and exports is an object that will be exposed as a module. So whatever we assign to module.exports or simply exports will be exposed as a module. So module is a variable that represents current module. Back to terminal. Now this is a variable which appears to be a global object, but remember it is not an object. It is a variable which have some properties defined inside it, and exports is a property, is one of them. It is basically used to store the values which basically export inside another modules. So simply guys, inside this video we had seen about module in Node.js and type of modules we have in Node.js. In the next lecture we are going to see that how can we communicate or let's load another modules inside our main entry module. So inside this video session guys, if you have any doubt then please drop your comment. I will give my reply as soon as possible. So for this video session guys, thank you for watching and have a great day.